Do it anyway is a mindset trick that you can use when you start to feel excuses rolling up.
What you do in the moments that are challenging to you is what defines you, either in a negative light or positive one.
People like consuming motivational content because they think they're actually doing something. I think it's like watching somebody else work out.
Rise and shine, it's espresso time.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message from Mel Robbins.
Do it anyway is a mindset trick that you can use when you start to feel excuses rolling up. It works a lot like the 5-second rule. So you have said to yourself, okay, I'm going to talk to my boss today about that thing that I've been avoiding talking to them about. Or maybe you've said something like, I'm going to go to the gym today or tomorrow or whatever. And then the moment comes where you've got to have that conversation. Or the moment comes where it's time to pack up your bag and leave your desk and go to the gym. And what always happens? You don't feel like it. I bet there are plenty of you watching that have made a commitment that, I'm not going to have a drink tonight. And then guess what happens when you get home? You don't feel like not drinking. You feel like having a drink. And so here's what do it anyway has done for me. The idea that I just do it anyway has pushed me to realize and to recognize that there are a lot of moments where there are things in my life that I really want to do, I need to do, I should do, but when the moment comes, I don't feel like it. And so I pull out this idea of, you know what? I'm just going to do it anyway. It's raining outside. I said I would go for a short run. I don't feel like it. I'm going to do it anyway. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. It's cold. I laid out my yoga clothes, but now I don't feel like it. What do? I do it anyway. When you start to say to yourself, I'm going to do it anyway, what happens is something really cool. You acknowledge that there are feelings that you have that are trying to swoop in and hijack you. You acknowledge them and you basically say, guess what? I'm going to do it anyway.
Most people don't hit their big goals because they don't believe that they can. Because you've trained yourself that when you set a goal and when it gets hard, you quit. If you're on a diet and that food comes in and it smells oh so good, you eat it. You're training yourself that you set goals and don't follow through. You set goals and you don't follow through. You set an alarm to wake up at a certain time and you hit the snooze button first thing in the morning. You set a goal and you did not follow through. And so now when you set new goals, you've trained yourself, you've conditioned yourself that I'm the kind of person who doesn't follow through. So instead of do it anyway, I'd switch it to do it because I said I would. Sticking with your goals, doing it when it's hard, that's how you build self-respect, self-esteem, and self-confidence. So let me use myself as an example. Today, I am on a ketogenic and intermittent fasting diet, which means I eat keto, so it means I can't eat a lot of different foods, gotta stay healthy, and I eat starting at 2 p.m. and ending at 8 p.m. So in that 6-hour window is when I eat, and the other 18 hours I'm fasting. That makes it really tough. So today especially was difficult. For whatever reason, today was extremely difficult. I wanted to eat so bad, 10 o'clock, starting from 10 o'clock, like I want to eat. Then my wife is experimenting with this new keto bread using almond flour and it smells so good. And then at 11 o'clock, she's eating it and she brings it into the office and she's eating it and I smell it and like, oh my gosh, it smells so good. It's 11 o'clock, I still got 3 more hours until I can eat. But in that period, when it's difficult, when I can't do it, when I set a goal for myself that I'm not going to eat until 2 o'clock, what happens if I eat early? It's just one day, right? Just one bite, just a couple bites, who cares? I lasted till 11 o'clock. What happens when you eat early? You taught yourself that you don't follow through. I'd be reinforcing the fact that I don't follow through. And then the next time I set a goal, my brain is going to tell me, yeah, you're not going to actually do that. I might get amped up and pumped up in the moment to say I can do that, But the next day I'll be telling myself, nah, I can't do that. You never hit your goals. That's the problem. That's where most people live, because until it's hard, it doesn't count. Because if you set a goal that's just easy to hit, that means your standards are super low. It's not a real goal. If your goal is to wake up and breathe today, okay, great. For some people, that might be a big challenge. But for most people, that's an easy thing to do. If it's an easy goal, then it's not really a goal. If it's a hard goal, then there's gonna be moments that will challenge you. And what you do in the moments that are challenging to you is what defines you, either in a negative light or positive one. I said I was not gonna eat until 2 o'clock, so I had to wait. And then come 2 o'clock on the dot, I'm running out, getting the bread, smelling it. Oh my God, I can still taste it right now. And just sitting back in the chair and enjoying everything that was that almond bread goodness. And my wife is trying to have a conversation like, I just need 5 minutes, just me and the bread. And it's not just enjoying the taste of the bread, which was great, and I was hungry, but it's enjoying the taste of doing the goal. It's doing it because I said I was going to do it, and how great that feels. We need to build our self-confidence up, and that comes by when you say you're gonna do something, guess what? You do it. And when it's hard, you do it because you said you were going to do it. I'm gonna give you a 3-step process to walk you through this that I think will really help you stay consistent on your goals. Step number 1, tell yourself it doesn't count until it's hard. I love setting goals when I'm feeling optimistic and positive and bold and motivated. I think that's actually the best part to set goals. That's the best time to set goals, when you're feeling optimistic, positive, bold, empowered. That's the best part of you. And then your brain spends 99% of the time talking you down from your big ambitious goals. So you set a goal for yourself, great. It doesn't count until it gets hard. Tell yourself it doesn't count until it gets hard, so that when the difficulty comes, you're expecting it to come. If difficulty doesn't come, your goal was too easy. This isn't being negative, being pessimistic. I'm the most optimistic person around. I know it's gonna get hard. If it's not hard, my goal was too low. If at some point it doesn't get difficult, my goal was too low. So difficulty is coming for me. Tell yourself that. Embrace it. Get ready for it. Because when it happens, like it did for me today, on my diet goal, at 10 a.m. when I'm starving, I tell myself, it doesn't count unless it's hard. Step 2, tell yourself it's the best. This is the best. You don't want an easy life. You don't want to have a life with no challenges. Challenges are how you grow. You want to be a hero. You want to do great things. Everything that you want out of life is on the other side of doing difficult things. This is the best. This moment where you feel weak, where you feel like you want to crumble, this is the best. This moment right now, for me, when I was starving and I had to wait another 4 hours to eat. Was it 4 hours? 10 o'clock. 4 hours to eat. That's the best. This is my chance. This pain you're in right now, this is your chance. When it's difficult, when it's hard, when you want to give up, this is your chance to show yourself and the world exactly what you're made of. This is the defining moment right now that you get to define for yourself what it means to be you. Because I know what it means to be Evan Carmichael. And now it's your time to step up. This is the best. And then step 3 is celebrate. Celebrate. When you do something that's difficult, even if you don't crush it, you just did it, then you need to celebrate. We don't celebrate enough, and I'm a victim of this. I don't celebrate enough. I want to move on to the next thing. But where I do celebrate is doing difficult things. Not so much the winning of some award, right? The YouTube awards and all that stuff. I don't need to celebrate that stuff. But I celebrated hitting my 2 o'clock goal, right? I didn't want to celebrate hitting 1 million subscribers, but I want to celebrate waiting until 2 o'clock to eat my food. What you pay attention to and what you celebrate matters. I want to celebrate the things that make me feel good about myself. And you should too. If you're doing something difficult, if you barely crossed the line, but you did it when it was difficult, that's not a small win. That's not just, you barely made it. That's a holy cow. Are you kidding me? When it was difficult, when you wanted to quit, when you wanted to give up, you kept going? Amazing. Pat yourself on the back. You gotta celebrate that stuff. Now you can celebrate it to yourself. I keep it all internal. I'm telling myself I'm the best. You can celebrate it online with your friends, family, whatever makes the most sense for you, but celebrate it. When you got through something hard and you're proud of your effort, you deserve to celebrate it. Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy, but before that, question of the day, I wanna know what is one goal that you're going to do because I said I was gonna do it, because you said you were gonna do it. When it's hard, what is that one goal? Let me know in the comments below.
People like listening to your content and consume it. They like the feeling of being motivated, but then there's work that has to be done after it, and I don't think people like that feeling.
Yeah, and I think that's why I talk about trying to find things you like, not making money the variable of happiness. You know this, like I make content that literally says stop watching me, go do it, and then they go and watch somebody else that charges them for the information. So like, yeah, I mean, like people like consuming motivational content because they think they're actually doing something. I think it's like watching somebody else work out.
You know, Don Shula, the coach of the old Miami Dolphins, he said it's the start that stops most people. And he's right. It is the start that stops most people. They're always going to get ready, to get set, to get going. What we've got to do is, boom, just like that, move into action. See, if you don't get started, you're never going to get finished. How do we do that? Start early. I believe when you wake up, you should get up. The second you wake up, get your feet hit the floor, move into action. And you know, you'd be wise if you sit down at night before you go to bed and write down 6 goal-achieving activities. Now that isn't go to the store, or go to the bank, or get to cleaning. It's not that. These are goal-achieving activities. Write down 6 of them. And when you wake up in the morning, you move into action. You know where you're going to go. You don't even have to think about it. Step into action and get on the first one. When you get it done, forget it and go to the second one. Don't think about the first one. Focus on 2. Don't even think about 3. When you get 2 done, go to 3. But knock them off one at a time. If you don't get them all done, just move them over on to the next day. Now that doesn't mean if you only get 3 done that you have 9 the next day. There are 3 of the 6 that you're going to do the next day. 6 goal-achieving activities. And when you wake up in the morning, move into action on them. Quit holding yourself back. Don't wait. You say, well, I really don't know how I'm going to get started, and the way will show itself. It just appears. I have found when you get started, when you move into action, everything starts to happen around you.
If you want to know Mel Robbins' secret to solving all problems in life, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
Well, you want to know the secret to helping any human being.
Your story is the secret to finding your purpose.